Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of BattleZone TV at the Artesia Center in Houghton Lake, Michigan. Imperial Wrestling Entertainment is very proud and excited to have another episode here for you tonight. As always, I am your host, Tommy Danger Z.
And I am the professional, Sean Lathrop. We got a stellar opening contest for you between Cesar Ashur and the creature feature, John Campbell. But this is not no ordinary match, is it, Tommy?
No, this is a submission match. The only way to win the match is to make your opponent tap out. And all over social media for the past week or so, Cesar's been on a rampage saying that the creature feature is going to either tap out or he's going to make him snap.
Bold words coming from Cesar Ashur. We know John Campbell is no stranger when it comes to pain. I can imagine that does not necessarily bother him whatsoever when it comes to snapping, as Cesar says.
Absolutely. And you can hear the rambunctious crowd here in Houghton Lake go crazy for one of the crowd favorites, the creature feature, John Campbell, for the inaugural IWE Heavyweight Champion, here to make this opening contest another stellar match to start off another episode of BattleZone TV.
And this sell-out crowd at the Artesia Center is going crazy for the creature feature, which still completely bothers me. This man is such a pass. As you said, he is the inaugural champion, the first ever heavyweight champion. And now look at where he's at.
Absolutely.
He's trying to battle the young guns, trying to prove what? That he still got it?
He's not here trying to prove anything. He's here to make sure that the new incoming talent here at BattleZone TV is worthy of being on this roster. And each and every match he has in that ring is proving what the other competitor has to offer.
Now these men are not any strangers. It wasn't that long ago that we saw Cesar Ashur and Sam Hex teaming up against Corey O'Shea and John Campbell. But needless to say, they are not here this time. As we see John Campbell already pandering to the crowd.
One of the things that he's greatly known for here are the IWE fans are nuts for Campbell and will do whatever he says mostly. And in this case, he's utilizing them to his advantage, possibly trying to get in the head of Cesar.
When you look at Cesar's face, he does not seem impressed whatsoever.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following is a submission-only matchup. In this corner, I give you the future of IWE Gladiators, weighing in at 245 pounds, and hailing from the Coliseum, Cesar Ashur!
And you can't really disagree with that kind of statement, with the future Cesar Ashur, really the true gladiator.
And in this corner, accompanied to the ring by his illustrious manager, Franken Bucket. Franken Bucket! Franken Bucket! Franken Bucket! Franken Bucket! Weighing in at 235 pounds and hailing from Acres, Michigan, the creature feature, John Campbell!
I have to say, Sean, I'm very excited to see how this matchup is going to play out, knowing how experienced Campbell is in the ring, but knowing the ring technician that Cesar is. You said that the statement about him being the future of IWE wasn't a lie, and it really isn't. The talent this man has personified in the ring is illustrious and very surprising. A man of his size being able to do like the agility that he has is surprising. It catches you off guard, but then his mat work is so crisp and clean, it's almost uncounterable.
What do you mean catches you off guard? You look at a man like Cesar Ashur, he may be surprising to you, but he is a collegiate background wrestler in the heavyweight division. He's a hoss of a powerful, already ducking and clothesline, get into the action.
But the thing I mean when it comes to surprising is not necessarily his mat work, but when you see a man of like his size doing a moonsault off the top rope, that caught me off guard.
You do have me on that one. I did not expect a moonsault from Cesar Ashur.
But right now, John Campbell in control as he goes off the ropes, jumping over Ashur. Ashur went for the drop kick and found nothing but the mat. And a low clothesline, straight into an armbar.
Trying to end this match early. That's a big thing with a submission match. Unlike a pin where you just got to knock them out, you really have to really focus where you're putting in the submission in versus making sure he's just knocked out in the middle ring.
It takes a lot more strategy to win this type of matchup.
Exactly, because he's fully aware of what's going on, and you have to deal with the fact that they have to willingly agree that they can't take the pain anymore versus I'm just can't breathe anymore.
Right. And John getting the crowd back into this. As Cesar is taking a moment outside the ring, he's back in. Looks like he's ready to go. Collar elbow tie up.
Going for a pin? No! Looks like he's putting in a bit of a House of Pain maneuver.
And again, back to the ropes is Cesar. But John, utilizing part of that count to keep inflicting pain. This is the type of thing that can really work in his favor. If he focuses in on a certain body part for long enough, it's just a matter of time before that body part is going to give.
I would agree with you if he didn't do an armbar, then a House of Pain right afterwards.
It's true, but I'm just saying this is where the strategy type of thing starts to come into play in this type of matchup.
And another clothesline from John Campbell. Arguably the biggest arms in this company.
I don't know, you seen Brawn's? They're pretty beefy.
Hey, you got me on that one.
And the crowd chanting for one more chop into the corner. And you can hear that echoing all the way to Ohio.
Throwing a big clothesline with all of his body weight, snapmare, taking him over.
And this is the elbow right to the back. This is where John can really thrive when he's already in control.
We're going for another arm lock, but it looks like Cesar's able to escape the ring. You know, as we were saying a little bit in the beginning about how John Campbell never really messes with this kind of match style, but needless to say, when it comes to this kind of match, he doesn't know how to really put the submissions in. You were saying about the arm bar and then the House of Pain.
Right.
He's kind of just putting in any kind of submission that he can at any point. Plus, with the ring being so small, he's not used to having to set that up correctly.
Right. But I guess at this point, the match is still favoring John, being that Hughes been able to put in multiple submission maneuvers, and Cesar has yet to apply one on John.
Yeah, that's correct. I believe it's right now 3-0. Cesar behind John in submissions.
John grabbing a chair from the crowd.
This is not the first time he's used a chair, and if I'm correct, submission matches are no DQ.
Just driving Cesar's head right into the seat of the chair.
More of John Campbell's style. We've seen the battles he's had with James Dillinger in the past, with Jacob Braun, with Apocalypse. He loves that style of that hardcore smash mouth look.
Oh, and a drop toe hold from Cesar sends John face first into the chair.
Gotta say, it's one of my favorite maneuvers I've ever seen done. Whether it's Raven or Cesar Ashur, it's absolutely gorgeous.
The drop toe hold?
Drop toe hold onto the chair.
Yep. Now rolling John back into the ring. Now really laying into him with the boots.
Constantly going after the limbs. Putting in his first submission, a full Boston Crab.
Really starting to sit down on it. Getting as much pressure as he possibly can, and this could be the moment where John gives up.
But John is still wide alive and reaches the bottom rope.
Oh, and Cesar pulling him away from the ropes and then putting right into a crossface.
And STF, you see how that leg is locked in as well. It's a mixture of a crossface and a leg lock.
And again, John's still able to grab the ropes. And referee Nate and making Cesar break the hold. Off the ropes. Ducks the clothesline. Campbell. German. Huge German suplex from Campbell to get the momentum back in his favor, and following it up with a massive clothesline.
Cesar seeing stars right now, trying to catch his breath clearly, both men.
The action in here has been hot, fast, and furious, and that's really saying something considering the 95-degree weather we got outside right now.
That's absolutely right. You see the referee is not doing a 10 count at all. This is a submission match. Knockouts do not count. It's all about making your opponent say, I can't take it anymore.
Crowd trying to will the creature feature back into this. Both men back to their feet now. You can see they're winded and exhausted already.
You can imagine, as you said, 95-degree heat, that plays such a factor into this. Might be a good idea to shave your beard soon, John. It smells already.
You can't smell it from over here.
Have you met the man?
Yeah, I talked to him earlier.
I'm sorry.
Oh, and John really laying in with the forearms to Cesar as they traded blows. Dogging the clothesline.
Big backdrop onto Cesar Ashur. John Campbell back in control of this match.
And now John's setting up for another submission maneuver.
Oh, we've seen him do this once before against Jacob Braun. He causes snakes on a plane.
He's got Cesar's legs cradled up in his own, locked in, and just really adding the pressure onto the back and neck.
But Cesar able to break his hands out and get out of that maneuver.
And wisely pulling him away from the ropes as he applies a half crab.
And really sitting on top of the back while wrenching the leg right out of the hip socket.
And again, John able to grab the ropes. One of the luxuries of being as tall as John is, he can reach the ropes fairly easily in most locations. And that's really going to, as we've seen it already play a factor in this match, is going to end up playing a huge role in the end up finish of this match.
And I can imagine that does play a factor as Cesar, being a collegiate background wrestler. Oh! I believe he's using, that's Derek Crow's finisher, the one-winged angel. One-winged angel armbar to be exact.
And again, Cesar able to get his foot on the ropes, forcing another break. John using as much of that count as he possibly can to keep the pressure on Cesar.
You can just see the drip dropping out of both these men. I mean, John's head is just glistening right now.
Going for another back suplex. And Cesar fighting out of it with elbows right to the head. Off the ropes. And a clothesline, a thunderous clothesline.
Throwing all of his weight into it, almost like a tackle that clothesline was.
And now Cesar in control.
Stomping away at the limbs. Really one of the smartest ideas when in a submission match.
And now right into that headlock.
Cutting the oxygen off, slowing it down to his pace. Although I must give John Campbell some credit, considering this is not the typical brawl he likes to do. He's really been trading back and forth with Cesar in submissions.
Absolutely. That's one of the reasons why I was excited to see how this match was going to play out. And the referee, it looked like John might have passed out there for a moment, but now back into it. Cesar going on the attack.
Dropping the elbow right across. It's a triangle lock right there.
And right in the middle of the ring nonetheless.
He's got to fight a little bit more. Pulling the beard hair. I think either he pulled the air, scratched the eye, something.
Did something and it worked well enough to actually have John break that hold. Into a DDT. Giving Cesar that extra moment.
Looks like he's climbing up the top rope. That's what he was signaling for at least.
And it looks like that's what he has in mind. But Campbell, knowing what's coming, drops him off the top.
This is not Campbell's first rodeo, and him and Cesar have had so many battles. Oh, and a tree of woes position.
And Campbell straining hard on the neck.
But this does not count as submission, and John Campbell needs to realize that. That does not count as a tap out.
No, it does not. He's against the ropes.
I wonder if that's why Cesar tapped out, knowing that it didn't matter because he was on the ropes.
Right. Oh, and then hanging John up on the ropes. You notice the referee never made the call to ring the bell, but John was still celebrating, not realizing the match was still going on.
I'm still saying that strategy out of Cesar Ashur to get out of that submission. Technically, you don't tap out until the referee said you tapped out.
Right. Cesar calling for the finish on this one.
Oh.
Side Russian leg sweep, done to perfection.
The Transylvania twist. And he is in the middle of the ring. Can he?
Oh, there it is, that. Calling for the bell on that one. John Campbell coming out with the win as Cesar continues to tap.
And your winner, by way of submission, the creature feature, John Campbell.
Cesar trying to get back to his feet though, using Nate the referee to help and attacking John from behind. Obviously upset with the finish of the match.
It's got to be so embarrassing to Cesar Ashur right now. This isn't just losing a match, this is losing in your match.
That's something he's really good. It'll be interesting to see how he overcomes this, because a match of this caliber, the "you tapped out" chants are going to follow Cesar for quite some time at this notion.
You're absolutely right about that.
And whether he thinks he got the upper hand at the end or not, the record books say John Campbell, the creature feature, walked out with the win on this episode of BattleZone TV.
Ashur! Ashur! We did it your way. You wanted the submission match. I made you tap out twice. Now, we're gonna play my game. The next time we are back here in the Artesia Youth Center, couple episodes from now, I'm gonna give you time to prepare. Me and you in a pumpkin patch death match.
Oh my goodness.
The first ever pumpkin patch death match here on BattleZone TV. Just episodes away from this monumental occasion.
Hold on. What's a pumpkin patch death match?
Hello, my fellow Americans and all you IWE fans. I'm Clint Williams. I'm here with Bam Grizzly. Now, Bam, you've had a hard couple of months.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You've been taken out of action by Pure Fury Jeff Clouse, but President Rick Green has sanctioned you a shot at Jeff Clouse's title. Why don't you tell us all how you feel about that?
Well, first things first, I want to thank Rick Green for seeing the bullcrap that happened last time. Thank you for the title shot, and thank you for letting me prove myself today. Now, to the other hand, Pure Fury Jeff Clouse. Boy, you read this sign. Come here. You read this sign. There is nothing here worth dying for. That's hogwash. There's something here worth dying for. And what's worth dying for is getting my hands on PF and showing him what I went through for the last 2 months rehabbing my back. You attacked me from behind. Boy, you ain't nothing but a swamp rat, and I'm gonna prove to the whole world.
Swamp rat? Ain't nothing worth dying for? Yeah, you thank Rick Green. Thank him for the beating you're about to get. That's my title, boy.
And we see Cory Kerr coming out, and we're hearing the howls to the dire wolf.
Here to make a statement against someone that helped train him in Sam Hex.
And in fact, they had their debut match against each other in IWE.
In which Sam Hex won that match by submission.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following match is scheduled for... Thank you very kindly. In this going weighing in at 270 pounds and hailing from Dead Man's Crossing, Ohio, Sam Hex! Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? And in this corner, weighing in at 300 pounds and hailing from Detroit, Michigan, the Dire Wolf, Cory Kerr!
Oh, hang on a second. Sam Hex going right on the attack, and the referee calling for the bell. This match is underway. Big elbows from Sam Hex. Here to just put the Dire Wolf back in his place. What a chop. Following up with a second one, really laying into him with everything he's got.
And Cory Kerr not being intimidated. Wow. Just a couple of horses throwing hams at each other.
Oh! Even with those shin guards on, you heard that across the Artesia Youth Center.
I mean, you just look at Cory Kerr's legs. He's probably got the biggest thighs and shins in this company. You imagine they're so powerful.
And now the Dire Wolf in dire straits as Sam Hex sends him off the ring post.
Almost right in the laps with the Bucket Club at ringside.
Referee at a count of 4 though. The Dire Wolf's got to be careful. He doesn't want to get counted out here. Count of 7, and just before the 8 count, Cory Kerr gets back in the ring only to find himself on the receiving end of an elbow from Sam Hex.
Now, unlike some of the people that work for IWE, you're going to see just 2 men throwing hams, doing strikes, and really pounding each other like crazy. And if you're a fan of that kind of action, this is a match of the year candidate for you.
Looking for a massive suplex. Whoa!
The strength of Sam Hex is so scary.
In for the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out from the Dire Wolf at 2. All that weight from both men crashing down in the center of that ring with that suplex.
Of course, Cory Kerr has been trying to find his place in IWE, been battling with guys like Bam Grizzly, with Alec Steele, while Sam Hex has found himself a good friend in Cesar Ashur.
But as we've seen from each one of those matches, no matter the outcome, Cory Kerr's been able to put on quite the showstopper for us, really showing off his talent and how he can be a future competitor for many titles going forward here in IWE.
That was a big splash by Sam Hex, and not only has Cory Kerr done that, and you can say the same thing about Sam Hex, they have both gotten better with every episode that passes.
Oh, what a spear from Sam Hex!
My.
In for the cover, 1, 2, and a kick out somehow.
I wasn't able to see exactly what happened there.
No, Sam Haggs is in the way. I couldn't see what's going on, but the referee was shaking his head.
I can only assume Cory Kerr was begging to end this match.
Irish whip into the corner. Missing the big splash. But the direwolf still just regaining his breath. The howls echoing through the Artesia Youth Center here. Oh, and a big boot.
And I think his head hit the bottom rope there too.
And a sidewalk slam. And Cory calling for one more. Oh!
Major STO.
And a discus forearm. In for the cover, 1, 2. And a kick out from Hex at 2 after all that damage from each and every move. Cory knew he had to give it his all to get the pin on Hex, so he just did maneuver after maneuver, keeping on the damage, and it still wasn't enough to put down Sam Hex.
I think it was going for a sudden occurrence. But Sam Hex able to wiggle his way out. That's right, he is in the corner, on the ropes. Cannot assault him like that.
Oh! And it looked like some brass knuckles from Sam Hex in 1, 2, 3. Sam Hex picking up the win. It looked like with some help from some brass knuckles.
Those are some really powerful punch. You didn't know about his boxing history?
You didn't see him putting the brass knuckles back into his...
I understand you're saying brass knuckles, but I just see a really great man. Great victory by Sam Hex, and another victory over Cory Kerr for that matter.
Moving along on this episode of BattleZone TV, after that exciting matchup from John Campbell and Cesar Ashur.
It's a full team ratings coming out. Alec Steele, James Dillinger, Pete Daddy Dollar, Frank Stossel, and JJ Hughes, and the newest member of team ratings, the lady in the group. And I did get confirmation what her name was since her debut last episode, Nikki D.
Nikki D is her name?
Nikki D.
All right. It feels like every episode, team ratings just grabs another person. I can't keep track of them all.
I would agree on that. But when you build an empire, you kind of need to get more and more soldiers, right? Oh, this tune.
You digging it?
I'm digging it. I don't know whose it is, but I'm digging it.
Having a little dance session over here at the commentation station.
Word.
Oh, here we see Cody Leedy.
Cody Lee, we haven't seen him since Brother Will Vendetta turned, and honestly, the greatest tag team in IWE history, Sons of Sanity, splits.
But making his return here in singles competition, you can see he's out here on his own.
He looks angry.
It looks like he's on a mission. But not a mission from God. I don't know, every time I say someone's on a mission, I think of the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, I miss John Goodman.
John Goodman?
John Goodman, Blues Brothers. Dan Aykroyd.
Whoa.
John Goodman?
John Goodman. Blues Brothers 2000, keep up.
Following contest is an intergender match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing at 236.9 pounds, it's the real deal, Cannonball, Alec Steele. And that's how you do it.
And in this corner, weighing at 202 pounds and hailing from the dojo of Yodo, the Cody Lee.
This crowd, I can only assume, is sympathy after Brother Will Vendetta left him.
I have to say, going into singles competition after being such a dominant tag team for so long with the Sons of Sanity, I don't know if this is the best option as a competitor to go up against first. Knowing that all the team ratings is going to be in Alec Steele's corner, it's going to be hard to justify whether or not this is going to be a truly fair match.
But on the other side of the token, it is Alec Steele, who's been used to tag team competition all his life with his brother Andrew Steele. So in reality, this is almost an even match in that route.
To that extent, you're not wrong. I mean, two competitors that have really thrived in tag team competition to come in as singles competitors to compete against each other, really to see who would be the dominant one out of each of their teams.
Mr. Lathrop, Mr. Z, I hate to interrupt, but on the last episode we had a couple of jinx moments. You said I owed you a soda and I'm a man who pays his debts.
You see, this is why I liked you being here instead, because of the unprofessionalism of Clint whatever.
You're talking about unprofessionalism. You just got a free Coke.
There you go.
Yeah, I got a free Coke.
And well, while we were arguing about Coca-Cola, team ratings has been ejected out of the ring area.
Making this a bit more of a fair fight, keeping only a manager at ringside for Alec Steele, being Craig Stossel, the executive producer of IWE.
Cody Leedy's spinning right back behind, but Alec Steele able to get onto the ropes. And pulling the hair and Alec Steele back into the action.
And again, a stand and switch. Oh! Throwing it right down and floating over into the headlock. And now just slapping the head of Alec Steele. You could say to get in his head.
Yeah, you can say that.
Into a clothesline.
You're still better than Clint. I'll take it.
Yeah. Nice leg drop from Cody right into the cover, and a kick out right at the count of 2.
Really unique cover, keeping the leg across the throat while grabbing the legs. Making it a little bit like he has to choke himself to kick out.
And an Irish whip into the corner. Leedy setting up. Big splash. Alec Steele looked like he didn't know where he was going. He just fell face first into the mat, in for the cover. 1, 2, and another kick out at 2.
Alec Steele trying to get out of the ring.
Trying to catch himself a breather.
Well, Craig Stossel is still here. He does have a manager's license and can stay at ringside. Gave him a little bit of advice there.
Referee Nate, though, making the count.
Now Alex is just done with this match. He might be leaving.
And he's screaming at the crowd as they're telling him to run away. All right, sliding back into the ring, Alec Steele ducking the clothesline off the ropes, and and a chop block on the Leedy.
It looked like he went from the side of the knee and now stomping on it.
And giving one last stomp for good measure as he had to break the ropes.
As we know, Cannonball dropping the Cannonball right on top of Cody Leedy's knee once again.
The veteran instincts of Alec Steele. In for the cover, and a kick out before the even 2 count, but the veteran instincts of Alec Steele as he gets an opportunity at one limb and now really driving the match towards that one limb, really putting on the pressure, putting in the pain.
We saw earlier tonight John Campbell and Cesar Ashur in submission competition, but you can really say Alec Steele might be competing with them to see who has the best submission skills right now.
Absolutely. And after dropping a couple elbows, now wrenching on that leg and knee, trying to tear it. Steele starting to get up, looks like he's setting up for another maneuver, but Leedy able to counter in such a fashion that gives him some breathing room. But Steele following it up with a splash into the corner, into a DDT. And you can see the pain on Cody's face just from the knee alone. And in for the cover. And a kick out after 2.
You were saying earlier about team ratings being a wild card in this match, but needless to say, Alec Steele has been so good in this match without team ratings. They're not a factor. They never are.
They're mostly a factor in most matches they're out here. But the skill that Alec Steele is... What is...
It's the House of Misfits. Rocky Shocker, Mr. Positive.
What are they doing out
Candy
here?
Winters. I don't know. They did this last episode, or a couple episodes ago.
The Rocky Shocker offering water to Clint.
I mean, it's better than last time. Last time he kissed the man.
Oh. But both competitors down in the middle of the ring. Count of 3.
Cody's about as confused as we are. Why is Harley Quinn at ringside? I don't know.
I didn't know she was on the roster.
We have Matthew Stafford taking pictures. It makes sense, I guess.
Well, I mean, even if you are famous, you know that the real action and the real highlights are here at the Artesia Youth Center in Houghton Lake, Michigan for Imperial Wrestling Entertainment. So all the stars want to be on our show.
And Cody Leedy, oh!
And getting tied up on the top.
I think that's his bad knee that got stuck, too.
Referee counting.
No, that was his left knee. His right one's the one that's been damaged. Now he's got both tires blown out, I can imagine.
But Alec Steele caught the Cannonball, calling for the end of the match right here, but... What is he doing up there?
Mr. Positive is saying Cody is with them.
And roll up, 2, 3. Cody picking up the win with some help from the House of Misfits.
And your winner, by way of pinfall, the Cody Lee.
We heard Mr. Positive say to Cody Lee that Cody's with them now. Cody calling for a mic. Odd turn of events to finish that match off.
A little bit.
You could say it was a bit misfit.
I got a little something to say.
Still better than Clint.
Will Vendetta.
His great brother and tag team partner.
That's right, Will. I might be hobbling on one knee right here, but you know what, Will? I'm here. You're not.
Afraid.
Brother Will, you're right. Brother Will is afraid to face me in this ring because he knows he stabbed me in the back. And he knows that if he sees me again, I'm going to break his face.
I think when Bill dropped him on his head, he kind of went crazy because...
Might have gone a little crazy, but he's diverting all that anger and frustration towards the source of Brother Will Vendetta to take him on one-on-one, and he wants to even the score.
Alright guys, this is Nick Baker here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a special birthday cake for that special someone. Now first we're going to start off with...
Hey, hold up, Baker,
What are you doing here? I have a shoot to show how to make
You're
a
recording
birthday
a tutorial on how to make cake. What, next
cake.
a tutorial on how to
Yeah,
wrestle?
I'm a baker, that's what I do.
Oh, yeah. Gonna teach how to wrestle next?
I'll teach you how to wrestle.
Oh, is that
how
so?
about me and you in that ring tonight?
What?
Tonight? I'm getting tired of you interfering in my matches, coming out, interfering with me, giving away brownies to the fans. It's garbage. Me and you in that ring tonight. What do you say?
That's what I say. See you later.
And here is Roberto Cruz de Oro. As you just saw in the back, a little bit of problems happening between Nick Baker during his baking program here at IWE.
Am I correct in saying that Roberto Cruz is wearing a tiara?
No, those are sunglasses. They help you block the sun from your eyes.
With a tiara top?
I mean, he's the king. Gotta wear your crown.
That's not a crown, that's a tiara.
Why do you disrespect so many great talents here?
I'm not disrespecting him. I'm explaining facts. And his escort, Dudley Dawson, and personal ring announcer.
I mean, I'm glad Dudley Dawson has got a job again. Good for him.
And here comes Roberto Cruz's competitor for the evening, Nick Baker, the king of confections.
Gotta say, Nick Baker's looking good with that haircut.
He looks so excited to be out here, and I love it.
He's on a sugar rush, that's his problem. And of course, don't forget, we got the big main event coming up. Jeff Clouse defending his Gladiator Championship against Bam Grizzly.
But we can't look forward to that just yet, as we have a very exciting match happening right now.
Thank you much.
Oh, me?
You hear that? That's everybody in this house letting you know how bad you suck. All right, before I'm so rudely interrupted by Pooh Bear over here. Introducing your favorite wrestler and the man who is about to demolish Nick Baker. Anyway, before it's rudely interrupted again, from Miami, Florida, this is Roberto Cruz!
Finally.
No, thank you, man. But if you let me handle it, it would have been on 5 minutes ago. And in
As we're looking to finally get this matchup started after the long-winded introductions for Roberto Cruz. This matchup is finally underway.
I'm giving some love to Roberto Cruz for employing Dudley Dawson, but I can kind of see why Craig Stalso and Rick Green agreed to let him go.
I don't know if they let him go. I think he just had other interests.
Well, then I like to think Craig Stalso fired him.
And the crowd chanting for Nick Baker, saying Baker's gonna bake you. And a headlock from Nick Baker to start this match off. Cruz sends him off the ropes and exits the ring.
Smart strategy by Roberto Cruz. Playing, really, all into Baker's head.
But the thing is, Cruz can't win the match from outside the ring, and if he keeps getting out, he's never gonna win.
It's semantics, okay? It's all about the strategy.
Oh! And Nick Baker forcing Cruz back in the ring.
He laid it on his shoulder. He's got to check on that. He's got to make sure it's safe. And what is this dirty tactics by Nick Baker assaulting a man outside the ring?
What do you mean dirty tactics? He's getting frustrated with the fact that Cruz won't stay in the match. Nick Baker's here to compete, and that's what he plans on doing.
This all would have been over if Nick Baker wasn't so selfish and just handed a man a cupcake like he wanted.
And now as Nick Baker's getting distracted from Dudley Dawson, Cruz from behind. Very wise tactics from him.
Dudley Dawson getting in the way. I guess it is helpful in hiring him, Roberto Cruz did.
And now right into the ring post, skull first.
Man looks dazed and confused.
Referee at a count of 4 now. Baker's starting to stir as Cruz waits patiently in the middle of the ring for him. Correction, he's now in the corner.
At an 8 count.
Baker nearly disqualified. Counted out 9. Oh, barely beating the count at 10.
We saw referee Dan Tanner's hands going right up at that moment. Almost a photo finish, but Baker made it.
And Cruz really laying into Baker now that he has the opportunity to stay on top.
The confidence of Roberto Cruz just oozing out of him at this point. De Oro really having his way with the king of confection.
Oh, what a chop. Oh, I have to say, the quality of chops here in BattleZone TV is par none. I mean, you might as well rename this Chop City.
Speaking of Chop City. Oh, big
right
splash.
into a roll up. 1, 2, and a kick out after 2 from Baker.
And Nick Baker, all in sorts of trouble as Roberto Cruz drops the elbow, drops the knee right across the chest.
And a very weak cover from Cruz allows Nick Baker to kick out fairly easily at 2.
A bit of an insulting cover, which we saw him just pressing his hand across his face as well. Clearly, Roberto Cruz is more about trying to mess with Nick Baker than catching the win right now. Of course, Nick Baker was in heavyweight title contention in the last episode against Jacob Braun.
Nick Baker staying into it. He's not quitting just yet. Baker's now starting to get to his feet. No.
Nick Baker killing. Is that an airplane spin?
Both men dizzy, but off the ropes, Baker's able to line up a clothesline to hit its mark.
I don't even know if that was a clothesline. I think he just fell forward.
And a kick out after 2 for Cruz. And now Baker lifting Cruz back up. Off the ropes. Oh, and gets followed up with a knee. With a double axe handle on the back of the neck.
And Nick Baker.
Oh! Whoa! Pretty sure there's enough impact on that one to start a hurricane.
Too soon.
Both men down. Referee at a count of 4.
It felt like he put all of his power into that smack, and it clearly showed.
Referee at a count of 8.
Cruz on his feet.
Just before the 10 count, both men make it to their feet. And a back elbow from Baker, followed up with a clothesline. Cruz driving on his second wind. Scoop slam from Baker. Following it up with that splash into the rolling pin. Into the cover. And another kick out.
Roberto Cruz barely kicking out of that rolling pin. And you gotta say, this match has been all sorts of hype.
Whoa! Referee calling for the bell.
And your winner, by way of disqualification, Nick Baker.
It's kind of a sweet victory. No, sour victory.
More of a sour, yeah. There's nothing sweet about that. It's looking more like Cruz is the winner right now.
Cruz now with that rolling pin that Baker comes out with. Oh, and right across the face of Baker.
Baker is out cold. And Roberto Cruz standing tall.
And I think the rolling pin just broke.
Absolutely.
That was Baker's favorite rolling pin. It's main event time, ladies and gentlemen. As we see approaching the ring, a fan favorite, Bam Grizzly.
And he's going after that Gladiator Championship, and he has all sorts of energy. We saw earlier today, Pure Fury Jeff Clouse assaulted the man, making it clear that he is not losing that belt to Bam whatsoever.
This might be the best opportunity Bam Grizzly's ever gotten here in IWE. A chance to take the Gladiator title off of Pure Fury Jeff Clouse.
And if there's ever a time to make history for Bam Grizzly, tonight's the night. Is he riding the turnbuckle like a horse? Anyways.
Maybe more like a bull.
Probably.
Or a bear.
And here comes the champ, Pure Fury Jeff Clouse. Those are basketball shorts, and those are not wrestling boots. unless Airwalks are now doing wrestling boots.
You never know, he could be trying out a new style.
Oh, that's true.
Pure Fury grabbing the mic.
Don't anger Pure Fury when he's on a microphone.
People, this BAM country. I don't want these people. You can have them. I know these are your people. You know how I know these are your people? Because they smell just like you. In fact, you know what? I'm trying to talk here. Seriously, I'm trying to talk. You're making it hard for me to talk. You know what? I don't come to McDonald's and tell you that you suck at your job, do I? So let me do mine, all right? You know, Bam, as I stand here, I could smell something awful. This is awful. It literally smells like you crapped in a diaper and wiped it on your face. That's what it smells like. And I know you hillbillies are into that sort of thing, and some other people. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. I know Rick Green promised you a title match. This title. Okay. Let me talk. Are you done? You want to see a title fight? Then shut up. You know what? Forget it. I know you were promised a title match. What you were not promised was when the title match would happen. Now we go to... Lucky for you, though, it's okay. You're going to have a match. I have hired the Goodman Detective Agency. Yeah. And they're going to help me out. So you stop acting like a diaper sissy. No. You want to fight? I'll tell you what. You'll get your title match after you defeat him.
Him? Which him?
Looks like Mongo's the one that's presenting himself. So the main event we originally thought was going to be happening is no longer going to be the contest. Pure Fury Jeff Clouse calling out that to get his title match, Bam Grizzly is going to have to earn it by defeating Mongo Hammer. We can only guess that Pure Fury paid top dollar to get Mongo out here tonight.
Exactly. The older brother of the Hammer brothers. And while one's more of a powerhouse, the other one, well, he'll just kill you without thinking about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following match is scheduled for representing the Goodman Detective Agency, weighing in at Redacted Pounds and Hidden, also from Redacted, Mongo Hammer! And in this corner, weighing in at a solid 200 pounds and hailing from Bad Axe, Michigan, the die-hard outlaw, Bam Grizzly!
I have to say that even though this isn't the main event we were originally scheduled for the evening, I'm very excited to see this matchup.
I would agree with you. These are two men that have never seen each other in the ring before. And Mongo Hammer, we've seen how much of a great talent he is and an asset to the Goodman Detective Agency. And Bam Grizzly, we've seen him grow so much in the short time he's been part of IWE.
I have to say, Mike Goodman looks pretty good in a cowboy hat.
Very Ted Nugent-like, doesn't he?
Yeah. It's strange that he can pull off just about anything. The suits he wears, they all look so nice. The hats.
He's a great looking man. Oh my! Speaking of great looking, Mongo just tossing Bam Grizzly.
Just the power of Mongo.
Trying to do another test of power, but Bam being just pushed back into the corner.
Oh! And now referee Nate is wearing Bam Grizzly's hat that Mike Goodman just put on him.
Mike Goodman, I'd say, is the master of mind games.
Oh, and missing into the corner, Bam Grizzly. Mongo now going for one himself. Oh, and right into the middle turnbuckle, shoulder first.
The big clothesline taking down Mongo Hammer.
And a kick out after one from Mongo.
Of course, kicking out using his bad shoulder there, not the best idea.
Oh, and riding him like a bull, or a bear, or a horse.
Hey, oh,
or maybe a squirrel. You know, big squirrel.
You're making me miss Clint now.
Big flying squirrel.
Oh,
what an impressive leaping neck breaker.
So fluid in motion, Bam Grizzly, like gravity doesn't even affect him.
Wow, that was impressive.
It was, but you see Mongo's back on his feet.
And sliding right out of the ring to give himself some breathing time. He's calling for a timeout. Getting some water.
I mean, it's a hot day, I understand.
Got to make sure to stay hydrated. The last thing you want to do is pass out from the heat in the middle of a contest of this caliber here on BattleZone TV.
And in a sense, as Pure Fury Jeff Clouse said, this is kind of a #1 contender match for Bam Grizzly. If he wins, Jeff said he might give him a title shot.
Absolutely. Oh, and getting hung up on the ropes as Bam was looking over as Goodman is talking to referee Nate. And now a kick right to the midsection. Followed up with a double axe handle on the back of the neck.
Continuing the assault is Mongo Hammer. Gotta say, Mongo's looking absolutely fantastic, getting ripped.
It looked like the referee was commenting on the closed fists of Mongo Hammer. And now lifting Bam back up to his feet. And now right hands from Bam as Mongo is setting up for a suplex. Mongo with the knee though.
Oh,
whoa!
Stalling suplex. 4, 5, 6, 7,
8, 9, 10!
10 seconds, it looked like he held him up in the air.
Impressive strength from Mongo and in for the cover. And a kick out from Bam at 2.
I don't even know if you could call that a kick out. It was more like a rollover.
Yeah. Well, I mean, after the power display from that stalling suplex, the blood rushing to your head while you're completely upside down vertical, and then being immediately slammed to a mat, it disorients a competitor so much that they might not even know where they are in the middle of a pin. Off the ropes goes Bam, and double clothesline. Bam got the worst of it, but Mongo down to a knee.
Mongo's kind of like that hitman you see get shot over and over, but won't go down. Going for a German!
Picture perfect German from Mongo Hammer, and in for the cover. And a kick out at 2 from Bam. Still has life in this match.
I say John Campbell's even blushing for how good that German was.
Yeah. The added release that Mongo had to give the extra elevation to Bam for the extra slam down. Impressive. And now right hands from Mongo as Bam tried to fight back. Oh, ducks under the clothesline, followed up with a back elbow.
Going for another German.
Oh, and just as perfect as the first one.
Bam is just twitching. I think he's done.
In for the cover. And another kick out at 2. Somehow, that one had a bit more authority to it, like Bam had his senses more about him.
When it comes to Bam Grizzly, he may not be the strongest, he may not be the fastest, but what he's always had is tons of heart in that ring.
And now Mongo arguing with the referee about the 2 count as Bam gets back to his feet, and referee Nate standing up for himself, putting Mongo in his place.
He is the one in power.
No! Dodging Mongo as he went leaping forward. Followed up with a clothesline. Bam in control, getting all fired up. Maybe the tenacity and fire from the referee assisted Bam to get back into this.
Give him enough time to catch his breath to get back in, as you said.
In for the cover. And now a solid 2 count. But Mongo still kicked out. Bam! Calling for a top rope maneuver.
We never see Bam go to the top rope. This is so strange.
Oh! That's why they call it high risk, high reward.
Well, more like no reward right there.
Yeah. Oh man, Mongo looking for a German over the top rope. Bam, holding on for dear life though.
Hey, try not to fall forward too. I am getting scared here. Oh!
Mongo slipping down to the middle rope, getting hung up.
Can't imagine just the amount of sweat in the ring. It definitely did not help either.
And that backsplash from Bam sent Mongo right down to the mat. Whoa! Oh! What a spine buster from Hammer! And another kick out from Bam! Can you believe that Bam is still in this somehow?
Mongo asking for a chair. This one still counts a win for Bam, so I guess he might get a title shot still?
Oh, and a cradle! 1, 2, 3! And referee Nate getting out of there as quickly as Bam is.
By way of pinfall, Bam Grizzly!
But the government detective agency is not done with Bam Grizzly.
And even with such an impressive showing from Mongo Hammer, Bam still coming up with the win. Although he didn't come up with the win, the dirty work may be done, though, for the Goodman Detective Agency as Bam is laid out.
Mongo doesn't look like he's done either.
That's the price you pay when you mess with the detective agencies.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was a fantastic evening. Thank you for enjoying it with us here at BattleZone TV at the Artesia Youth Center. As always, I am your host, Tommy Danger Z.
And I am the professional Sean Lathrop. Good night, good fight.
Hello, my fellow Americans and all you IWE fans. I'm Clint Williams. I'm here with the Cartier brothers, Old School Rick, and Fat Tony.
Sir.
Now, y'all fellers have had some issues over the last few episodes, specifically with team ratings. Came after you with a lead pipe, and they interfered in your match for the Gladiator title against Jeff Clouse.
Oh yeah, we can make a list about our issues with team ratings. Gladiator title, pipe over the head, and let's not forget my exit from team ratings. So really, we've conceived one way to get our vengeance on team ratings, and that's to take those IWE tag team straps. Ain't that right, Tony?
Yeah, just gonna need an extender for me. I think it's a little tight. I'm midsection, so I'm gonna need like.
So, 1%.
Hey now. You guys, we're the #1 contenders for the IWE Tag Team Champions. As far as you know, you're going to be facing us.
So don't look ahead. I mean, watch tonight, because you might be looking at the next tag team champions. You might be facing us, not team ratings. I understand you have your beef with them, but you're second in line in those tag titles. That goes for both of you.
They don't have a kids title, like it's for grown men.
We're sick of being overlooked. This is our night. We'll take those tag team titles.
You know, let's just overlook a little bit here, boys. You want those tag team titles. We need the tag team titles. We need to take a piece of team ratings. And in the meantime, the children can wait in line.
It's time to shut up or knuckle up, guys. We got stuff to do.
Yeah, we'll be seeing you soon. Don't worry.
Ladies and gentlemen, the executive producer of Imperial Wrestling Entertainment, Mr. Craig Stossel.
Let's make it clear. Executive producer Clint, executive producer.
Interesting start to another exciting episode of BattleZone TV.
Well, as you're all aware, my name is Craig Stossel, and I am the executive producer of IWE BattleZone TV. Oh, come on, I thought you'd be excited. Well, anyway, I'm going to go right into it. I have this problem, see, we got... All right, well, when I'm not out here trying to fix all the mistakes that Rick Green, our president's been making, I'm actually out here to have some fun. Huh? So, I hope you guys all want to have fun too. Let's go right into it. We got, who here likes the Cartiers? Okay. Who here likes the tag team D&D? All right, I smell ratings. So what we're gonna do, even though these two teams may get along a little bit, we're gonna stop that right now. They're gonna come out here, and I want them to have a match. I'm gonna have a match tonight between those two. It'll be a smash. And if they don't want to do it, well, then all four of them can go find a new job because they're not going to work here at IWE anymore. Really?
You know, one of these days, Craig Stossel's going to punch the mouth of that guy.
And putting his hands on Craig Stossel. Oh, and a chair right to the back of the president, Rick Green, the 1%.
That's the current tag team champions, 1%.
And a bat. I can't tell exactly where it's hitting, but it looks like it's on the lower half, like right on the knee.
Looks like it is on the knee. You're correct.
Enjoy your time off.
think he technically just suspended him there.
I don't know what's going on right now.
Hey, can we get a little help out here, please?
But we've got an issue. IWE President Rick Green has just been incapacitated by the 1% and Craig Stossel.
And now he just wants to lay in the way while we got a big match supposed to be happening next.
By word of Craig Stossel, the first match of the evening is going to be the Cartiers against D&D in a tag match.
You know, we got into such a hot start right away. Let's go ahead and do it right. I am Sean Lathrop from BattleZone TV.
And as always, I am your host, Tommy Dangerzy. D&D coming out in emphatic fashion right now. Obviously a crowd favorite.
Massive fan favorites here in IWE. Former IWE Tag Team Champions.
Being escorted to the ring by their lovely Daisy.
I think you and I have different definitions for the word lovely.
I think you and I have different definitions of pretty much every word.
Probably.
I mean, I go off Webster's. And now making their way to the ring, Ric Caurdiea and Fat Tony.
Now the Cartiers have made it clear that they are putting their sights right onto 1% and those tag team titles. Well, of course, later on tonight we'll be seeing the 1% defending their belts against the Dean, so it's really curious how deep the tag division has grown as of late. With D&D, the Cartiers, you could even say Sam Hex and Cesar Ashur have been teaming up so much.
Tony looking at the size difference between him and Derek with the hat.
Thank you very much. In this corner, escorted to the ring by that beautiful manager, Drake and Derek with Daisy. They weigh in at a combined weight of approximately 10 starts and 1 sort of omens, and they hail from the planet Thundera. D&D! You earned that. Thank you, sir. Apparently I'm a wizard. And in this corner, with a combined weight of 689 pounds that hail from the other side of the tracks, Fat Tony and old school Ric Caurdiea, the Cartiers!
Nearly 700 pounds with Rick and Fat Tony Cartier.
The size difference alone is going to be an interesting matchup to see here, as D&D as recent veterans and now again tag teaming again. Some of the original tag team conquests that the Cartiers have had together now rejoining against them. Fat Tony starting an us chant.
Little word that they're stealing Brody's name or something. Very
And a good show of sportsmanship from Fat Tony as this matchup is about to get underway.
Little surprise, he's typically the more of the hothead of the two men. Rick not doing as much.
And referee calling for the bell. We are underway as Drake goes up against old school Ric Caurdiea. Now the headlock from Drake. Caurdiea now setting him off the rope. Oh, no. Drake wisely dropping to the knee. In complete control of Ric Caurdiea right now is, Caurdiea still trying to do whatever he can to try to break out of this headlock, but Drake countering each and every way. And now finding some room.
Going right into a front face, like almost a bit of a cross face.
Oh, and Caurdiea wisely released the hold as the referee told him to break when Drake grabbed the ropes, but immediately grabbing into it again.
And just rolling around now on top of the ropes. Needing to break it does Ric Caurdiea. And Dunn puts it back on.
Not exactly the way I expected the matchup to work, with a lot of mat technician work going on right now.
I mean, I kind of expect that of Hansen and Crow, but Caurdiea really has not done that much when it comes to that technician style. He's so
versatile.
Versatile, there we go.
So we do have the same definition for some words.
Don't get used to it. Oh, headlock takeover by Hansen.
And again, into another headlock.
It's Headlock City going on right now.
Oh, and that swinging neck breaker from Drake right into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out after 2 by Rick.
And so they're keeping up on the offense. But Caurdiea, oh!
There's the chops we expect to see from Rick, dropping Drake right to the mat. And now tagging in Derek Crow.
Now you look back at the Fatal 4-Way match where 1% won it. Derek Crow and Ric Caurdiea were actually tag team partners when the 1% won those belts.
That is true, and now they're up against each other.
They did rock, paper, scissors to decide who's doing chops first.
Oh!
Pretty good, pretty good.
Oh!
It's a little better.
Oh, that was a thud of a one.
Ooh. One's got a clap, the other one's got the thud.
Oh! And that leg lariat led into a 2 count for Crow. And a tag from Fat Tony. Oh! Double clothesline from Fat Tony.
I think he just got him suckers right before he clotheslined him too.
Emphatic.
That's what I was talking about. When it comes to Fat Tony, he's so much of a hothead that he loves to talk smack during his match.
Oh, what a forearm to the back, nearly as loud as the chops from earlier.
You were saying about how the Caurdeias have such a weight advantage. You could probably even throw Daisy in that category, and the Caurdeias would still outweigh DD and D.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that for a second.
What? Crow has literally had a fan on himself to try and cool off.
We got another scorcher here in Houghton Lake at the Artesia Youth Center. We know last episode was about 95. I think we're breaking records tonight at about 96.7.
Well, that's good. He's going to make these chops cooked really well.
And Tony here to play saying, I've got chops too.
I feel like this match is being sponsored by System of a Down.
Chop suey all day.
Absolutely.
Oh, and Drake gave him the go-ahead for one more.
Such a strange scenario with these.
Tony going from corner to corner, but Drake put up the boot.
Throwing the elbow, but Fat Tony's still up. And that's him throwing all of his weight at Tony, but Tony is not moving downward yet. He's staggering, though. He's staggering.
And now a tag to Derek Crow. Tony still doesn't know where he's at, but he's still getting assaulted and still on his feet. Oh! Swatted out of the sky!
We gotta see that from another angle, pretty much just knocking him down.
Jeez! And you can see the effects from Fat Tony now. He was shaking his hand as if that hurt him just as much as it hurt Derek Crow. And now Drake on the assault. Again, the fat man still hasn't gotten down to his knees, still on his feet.
That's insulting. Do not call him a fat man. He's a Fat Tony.
Sorry. Didn't mean no disrespect.
Hanson trying to put some strikes back off the ropes. Tony grabbing him by the throat.
And laying him with forearms right into the Baldo bomb.
That's a pin.
1, 2, and a kick out. Well, not a kick out, but a kick from Derek to stop that count. What a slam.
Ric Caurdiea wanting to get a tag in. Fat Tony trying to get a breather before he tags in Rick, I can only assume. No?
Oh! Tried to get some more damage in. Trying to drop the elbow, but missing wildly as Drake rolled out of the way.
Fat Tony got a bit too greedy right there.
Oh, and a running knee from Drake after they both got to their feet.
Oh, I think it's the first time Fat Tony's been down in this match.
Been down so handily to say it for certain. Referee at a count of 3. And a tag to Derek. And a tag to Rick. And both men just really going at it. Forearm strikes to both.
Oh, throwing the referee away.
Referee got caught up in that mix-up of a brawl. All 4 men starting to get up. Oh! A 4-way clothesline! A fatal 4-way clothesline! You gotta be kidding me.
And here comes Alec Steele.
Alex, whoa! What? Daisy just giving a scoop slam to Alex Steele as he tried to get involved with a chair.
It was not that long ago that Alex Steele assaulted Daisy and cost D&D from winning the tag team titles from 1%. And
Daisy!
Oh! And a right fist right to the face of Drake.
Daisy chasing Alex out of here.
1, 2, 3. And the referee as he came to.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by way of pinfall, Fat Tony and Old School Rick, the Cartier.
What a performance, but with a little bit of help from Alex Steele and Daisy getting involved, Ric Caurdiea was able to get the roll-up on Derek Crow to pick up the victory on this evening. And there it is, the respect from Ric Caurdiea. And the us chants running wild as we get a fatal four-way hug.
More of a fatal five-way.
Fatal five-way. Excuse me. I gotta say, what a performance from Daisy on that one, scoop slamming Alec Steele.
That's my kind of woman. I'm impressed, actually.
Would you say now that she's lovely?
I mean, she's definitely tough as nails. I'll give her that.
What's up, kid?
What's up, champ?
Champ. I like that name. I like that name. You ready for tonight?
Yeah, I'm ready.
A little tag team action, me and you?
Yeah, I know something about tag team.
Do you? You sure?
Yeah, longest reigning former tag team champ.
Oh.
You forgot about that.
I did.
Gonna be that one.
What? This one? No. See here, listen, JJ. Can I call you Jeremy?
What?
That's what JJ is, right?
No.
Oh, anyway, okay. Well, after tonight, let me take you under my wing. Take you to the top. Whoa! Where the champ's at.
Whoa! Hold up, with butterfly wings. You better back up a little bit. Beep, beep. You want to talk about taking somebody under their wing? We took this kid under our wing, and look, he's wearing a black and white, and pretty soon that is going to be right here around this waist.
Yeah, you take him under your wing, make him a dirty wrestler.
Dirty?
You guys are cheaters.
No, we're not. I beat you 1, 2, 3.
Because you're a dirty cheater.
The same
I'm the fair champion.
Fair champion.
I won this belt.
The only thing fair about you is the fact that you look like a carny. The only thing you know fair is being on the midway.
I don't see you twirl my mustache and sing and jump around.
You don't need to worry about them right now.
You don't need to worry about what? Worry about tonight. Don't worry about it. Shut up. Don't worry about it. No, just
not have it.
Don't even.
Simon says you lose. I am sensational. If you get in my way, I will make sure you pay.
Got a jam to this. I am sensational. If you're in my way. Who knew Simon Paige was so talented? My goodness.
He made the music, right?
Yes, sir.
Simon Paige now aligned with the Goodman Detective Agency.
And now throwing down an open challenge. Saying he's going to be starting the new streak here at IWE, breaking Ric Caurdiea's streak. After his hellacious battle with Chuck Hammer. I mean, Deckley's not in the locker room yet.
I don't think he wants it. All right, come on up, whoever's not afraid of Simon Paige. Nobody? Is everybody a coward in that?
It's not the agency as much. Everyone's afraid of Simon Paige.
He's volunteering. His hands up right now. Yeah. Get him. Bring him to the ring.
Wait. He pointed towards
Jay the sound guy. Jay the sound guy.
Jay the sound guy. Why?
I didn't know this guy had such a spirit.
No, come on.
I believe in you, Jay. You got this, man.
No, Jay doesn't want to compete. He doesn't have.
Look at him. He's heading to the ring right now.
He's not an IWE Gladiator. He's part of the production team. He does the sound work. You gotta be kidding me. This is ludicrous. Goodman demanding that he rings the bell. And as the Goodman Detective Agency holds down Jay, the match is, I guess you can call it a match.
2-0, baby. Simon Paige.
What are you good for, buddy? Get back to your seat where you belong.
And I can see Jay frantically trying to get out of the ring.
Like I said, he's going to break Ric Caurdiea's old streak. 2-0.
We are the champions of great.
Hang on a second. Jay playing the music of someone that's definitely had beef with the Goodman Detective Agency, Bill Blackwell, the bully killer. And last I checked, we got some bullies in the ring right now.
Yeah, I can't believe Nate just pushes people around like that.
Whoa, stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah.
You keep getting your word here. It's our ring. Stop it. You know what, Blackwell? You think that I already have a win over you? I have nothing left to beat the crap out of you for. But my brother, he's been kind of bored lately. So, I think today it's Chuck's turn. Chuck's turn? Chuck's turn! And I promise you, you're not going to enjoy this.
It looks like we're gonna have a match now between Chuck Hammer and Bill Blackwell. Bell is rung, the match is underway. Chuck Hammer versus Bill Blackwell. Mongo offering this matchup as the fact that Mongo already has a win over Blackwell. Saying it's now Chuck's turn to get the win.
Holding on to the tie to really be able to keep on to the fight.
Oh! Repeated chops from Blackwell. Oh, and enough distraction from Mongo gives time for Chuck to get out of the corner as Blackwell tried to splash.
That shook the entire ring. Now Chuck trying to throw his weight on Blackwell. I'm not sure how well this is going to work considering these two behemoths are just so large.
I'm pretty sure the ring's going to shatter before the end of this.
I would concur with that. It's like two elephants charging into each other.
Did you say you'd concur?
I concur.
Would you Cory Kerr?
I'll give you that one. That was
yeah, all right. One win for me tonight. Going back to the match, it looked like a headbutt from Hammer, maybe.
Then a straight forearm to the head.
This is less of a match as much as it is a brawl between just two large athletes.
Blackwell just throwing down the chops now.
Referee forcing Black. Oh! And a chair shot right to Hammer from Hammer.
I'm pretty sure that should be a disqualification.
Oh! And another chair shot from Blackwell to Hammer.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by way of disqualification, a member of the Goodman Detective Agency, Chuck Hammer.
No, Blackwell. Mongo hit.
Blackwell.
Wait, what?
Sorry, Bill. It
Chuck
was
got-
you. You win by disqualification.
Why would he win?
Congratulations, brother.
Because Chuck Hammer Chuck Hammer was hit by Mongo Hammer.
Yeah, so Chuck Hammer got hit, so Chuck Hammer wins, because Chuck Hammer got hit by a chair.
Oh, shit.
And I was just choking out the ref. No one's here to save him. This is what he gets. Referee just being so indecisive. What? Goodman looks like he's trying to put in a figure four lock or some sort. At least a leg lock. I believe at this point, Chuck is just, Nate is just in such rough shape.
You know what? I've had enough. We need some help out here.
Spinebuster from Mongo to the referee, Nate.
And I'd say that's about it for Nate for us tonight. But while the referee's trying to take care of Nate, we're going to be back after word from Cesar about his match from last episode.
John Campbell, submission match. I had you, it was this close, and what happened? I made one mistake and you capitalized on it and you win. You remind me of one of them thoroughbred horses. He races, he wins, he races and wins, and the people, they just cheer for him, and I'm tired of it. John Campbell, what I am doing, what I am trying to do to this company, I am trying to take a laughing stock of a brand and make it into the crowd jewel that it is today and build it off my name, not yours. Your time is over. You beat me in my match, in my style, in collegiate wrestling. Okay, how about this? Pumpkin, batch match, whatever you want to call it, whatever it's based off your creature feature, whatever it's called. I'm gonna beat you and make you into a joke again.
Very exciting tag team championship match underway as the 1% is going to defend against the competitors you see making their way to the ring. The Dean brothers, Tyler and Tyson.
Tyler and Tyson have been on the heels of the tag team champions. It was in a fatal four-way tag team match between the Deans, Sons of Sanity, the 1%, and oddly enough, Derek Crow and Ric Caurdiea. 1% won the titles in the end against the Deans in that elimination match. And then the Deans went on to defeat the Sons of Sanity to earn this opportunity for the tag team titles. And it's going to be such a huge opportunity for them to win this title match. And really in such a short time, bursting through the scenes earlier this year. sure to note that it's referee Dan Tanner coming to the ring with them too, and there's no referee in the middle of the ring.
Oh.
Correct.
Oh. Well, I would have to say, looking at the situation right now, it already looks pretty bleak for the Deans as the numbers are stacked against them.
It's a very dire situation indeed. You could even say dire wolf. Yeah, I figured you'd like that.
Yeah, you're rubbing off on, or I'm rubbing off on you. It's great. I love it.
I mean, you're wearing a very nice suit, so it seems like we're rubbing off each other.
I'm always wearing a nice suit.
Yeah, today you are.
Always.
Always today.
All right, whatever. I'll take the compliment. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag team contest.
Are you new? I can introduce them. He wants to let you know this is the title, man. Anything else? Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for it. Over here we have the world's tallest midgets, the Deans. I don't know their first names because they don't make enough money for me to remember them. If you people will please shut your toothless mouths, I am going to introduce to you the best tag team this side of the Mason-Dixon line, baby. He hails from the second city, Chicago, Illinois. He weighs in at 245 and 15/16 pounds. He is my brother, James Dillinger. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you my tag team partner, weighing in at 240 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal. He is the human stimulant package. The prime time is in the 989. This is Pete Daddy Dollar.
Well, looks like we're going to get this tag team match started soon as the 1% takes on the Deans for the Tag Team Championship.
And now this match is underway, this tag team contest, and all 4 members of this match are involved at the moment. Oh, a little whisper in the wind, or poetry in motion for the Deans.
The Deans are going to have a speed advantage, they're going to have the quickness advantage, and they're going to play off that every chance they get. You could even say they got the crazy advantage. It's Tyson going
off the top, open over the top. The Deans running wild on the 1%.
We got Dean boys falling from all over the place. We see Tyson Dean right now in the middle of team ratings. Alec Steele, Nikki D, and Craig Stossel. Meanwhile, Tyler being assaulted by the 1%.
Both members of the 1% taking on Tyler. Tyson trying to find his way around.
And Nikki D and Alex Steele trying to block.
And a clothesline lines out Pete, or from Pete, lines out Tyson. And now Pete Daddy Dollar in there with Tyler Dean as this matchup is finally underway. Officially with two men legal in the match.
Oh! Uppercut right to the jaw.
And a forearm from Pete sends Tyson back down to the outside of the ring. Irish whip into the corner, following it up with a knee strike right to the midsection of Tyler. Oh, and a big splash.
We like to call that the money train. Pete Daddy.
And that pickup slam, much like a spine buster. Dillinger going up to the top rope. Dropping the elbow right into the heart of Tyler and in for the cover. And a bit of a fast count from Tanner on that one.
I said that was a very normal count out of Dan Tanner. I don't know what you're talking about. As we see now, Tyson is finally back up on the apron. He's been taking a nap, ignoring his brother the most of this match.
He kept getting knocked out by Pete. And a suplex from Dillinger, holding on, rolling him back up, looks to be a second one.
Oh! Dropping him right onto his knee.
Into a swinging neck breaker off the ropes and in for the cover. 1, 2. And Tyson assisting the breakup on that cover. And again, Pete taking out Tyson. Irish whip all the way around.
Head first into the turnbuckle. And where's Tyson at again?
He got knocked down by Pete again.
He's just going to go eat some popcorn. This is ridiculous.
Oh. And now Tyler's starting to fight back. Oh, and dropped again by Pete.
That really shows the size advantage that Pete Daddy Dollar has. He was able to clothesline him while being on his knees.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. And then pumping up the elbow drop. Tag to Dillinger. Oh, and a tag, finally.
I don't see any tag. I don't know what you're talking about.
Tanner not calling it out, saying it wasn't legal. Oh, and a gut check from Dillinger.
Tyler's been in such pain throughout this entire match.
Oh, and a basement drop kick from Dillinger.
I think he just landed on the step of the commentation station stage right here, too.
Tyson doing everything he can to argue with Tanner to do his job, but to no avail right now. The Deans are in dire straits still. just tossing him over. Dillinger now getting out of the ring as Pete Daddy Dollar taking control of the match.
And Pete dropping Tyler Dean. Tyler needs to tag in his partner. You can see the welts on Dean's back.
And at this point, it looks like there's almost no hope as Tyson keeps tagging his partner, but the referee just not calling it, and Tyler just taking damage after damage.
And Tyler finally able to get some offense in.
But Pete just overpowering him.
And Dan Tanner was actually standing in the way of Tyler Dean when he was reaching out for him too.
And now some offense from Tyler Dean, throwing forearms and ducking the right hands from Pete. Oh, and an enziguri kick from Tyson on the side. Sends Pete Daddy Dollar down to the mat for the first time.
Pete trying to hold on to the ankle while Tyler reaches. That was just enough for Tyler's. Oh no, Tyler!
And a tag. Tyson, Tanner had no reason but to accept that.
Dillinger able to catch him, but Tyson fighting out of it.
Tyson with all the energy as he's fresh as can be right now. Reversal on the Irish whip. Ducking under. Up to the second rope. Oh! Perfectly placed in for the cover. 1, 2. And a kick out on a very, very slow count.
And here comes Tyler. Not sure how smart that is. Oh! Head first.
Face buster, 2, 3. And this match is over.
Imperial Wrestling Entertainment Tag Team Champions of the World, Team Ratings.
Very salty finish to the end of that one. As the 1% retain their titles, but in such a fashion that makes me believe there was no chance for the Deans and any chance of that because Dan Tanner was being such a partial ref towards team ratings that entire match that the Deans couldn't get any momentum going in their favor to possibly win.
In the meantime, let's get ready for our main event of the night.
But here he is getting ready for the main event. The IWE Heavyweight Champion, Jacob Braun.
The king of the mountain, Jacob Braun. No one is better than this man.
And it looks like the 1% hanging out in the crowd for the main event here.
That's right. We saw earlier Jacob Braun and JJ talking a little shop, maybe some strategy for this match. But it turned out to just really get on the nerves of team ratings, so they have added interest in this match. The fact that his partner is JJ Hughes.
And the crowd showing their disdain for their new, not new anymore, but the IWE Heavyweight Champion, Jacob
the most
Braun.
dominant champion we've ever had, I'd say.
I don't know if I'd say most dominant yet, as he hasn't beaten Apocalypse, but.
Well, that boy ran off when Jacob Braun got the belt, so I don't blame him.
Now making his way to the ring, J.J. Hughes. Being supported, of course, by his entire team of Team Ratings.
Of course, him saying, "Who's your daddy?" and he's starting to look more and more like Pete Daddy Dollar every day.
What is Pete Daddy Dollar doing? And here comes Benjamin Brody. The Huss chants as loud as can be. We're in the Artesia Youth Center.
He's gonna hit someone with that chair, and someone's gotta watch out.
Sean, that's a fake chair.
It's a chair.
It's a fan-made chair out of cardboard.
You don't know what that's made of. And you can already see J.J. Hughes and Jacob Braun having some words for each other. Completely took him off the price that Benjamin Brody's out in the ring.
But still, Pete Daddy Dallas still in the ring. As we meet the final competitor in this tag team matchup, and Benjamin Brody's partner, A-Wicked. Calling out the Huss chants as he notices Brody has matching face paint on.
And you can see the Huss section loud and clear in the front row.
Playing into the signs, the cheers, the love.
And Jacob Braun continued to argue with Pete Daddy Dollar and Team Ratings. This is not a good sign for this tag team.
I think A-Wicked and Brody are communicating via woos and husses.
I hate them both.
And Braun and JJ are having none of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag team contest is scheduled for. In this corner. And his tag team partner, weighing in at 165 pounds and hailing from the darkest parts of the forest,
Now, if you will please be quiet while I introduce to you the future World Heavyweight Champion of IWE. He weighs in at 180 pounds. He hails from Sin City. He is the only man involved in this match that Team Ratings has not beaten the crap out of. He is the Short Fuse J.J. Hughes. How it's fun.
The referee has something to say.
JJ stays. The rest of you jokers, get out of here!
And when he says other jokers, that include A Wicked as well?
I'm not sure. You know, that was my first thought and concern. But I think he's referring to just Team Ratings.
And then he just too sweeted the ring announcer. And Brawn and Hughes still arguing with each other while Team Ratings are leaving.
and his tag team partner, the reigning Imperial Wrestling Entertainment World Heavyweight Champion, weighing in at 269 pounds allegedly, and hailing from the Gingerverse, Evil Dirty Jacob Brawn.
I would say if it wasn't for the fact that Braun and JJ have been having such a hard time really communicating positively with each other, they would have an advantage in this match as both of them have a pinfall victory over Benjamin Brody, and Hughes actually has a pinfall victory over A Wicked.
Yeah. Definitely the track record would favor them. But again, like you stated, the lack of communication and the fact that they haven't really been able to be on the same page by any way, shape, or form leads me to believe that there's no way that it's going to work out for them in the long run against two heavy competitors like A Wicked and Benjamin Brody. And the bell's rung and this matchup is underway as JJ Hughes and A Wicked get started with a brawl.
These two men have been fighting it out for the Gladiator Championship. The belt's gone, but their hatred for each other has not left yet.
And now a collar elbow tie up between the two. And then that headlock for JJ Hughes. And Wicked goes to send him off the ropes, but Hughes drops the knee, reinforcing the lock.
Very simple way to defend, and clearly it worked.
Oh, now Wicked starting to fight back as they're back to their feet.
Wrenching that arm there of JJ Hughes.
Flips him over and JJ rolls through and over. Now he's in control, wrenching the arm of A Wicked into that hammerlock.
And while these two continue to fight each other in the ring, you're hearing Braun and Brody sharing words across the ring from each other. So much hatred in this ring, I kind of like it.
Yeah, I mean, this is the type of rivalries that really bring out the best in each competitor. The rivalries, the hatred really brings out the best competition and the best of each gladiator individually. This is why it's main event quality, and that's why it's main eventing this episode of BattleZone TV.
And the last time Benjamin Brody's bet was in a ring, he suffered a loss to J.J. Hughes. I can only imagine that would feed into him into this match, as he is really probably the weakest link in this match.
I don't know about weakest right now, but he just went in and obliterated Hughes in the corner. And in for the cover, one, and a kick out after one.
Dropping a knee into the stomach of Brody, forcing him into the ropes. And this is what I'm saying. Brody looking like the weakest link for his team. He is the one that suffered losses to both of his opponents. Wicked can't have that same problem.
Yeah, but Wicked hasn't also had as many matches against Brawn as Brody has already.
This is true.
And now, Brawn, the legal man for his team. And a side Russian leg sweep from Brawn.
Landing on his head and upper neck.
Braun just gracefully working at his own pace in the ring just to basically showcase that he's the better man right now. Wicked now getting in the ring.
And A Wicked trying to get into Braun, but referee stopping him. And finally, some teamwork coming out of J.J. Hughes and Jacob Braun as they assault Benjamin Brody.
Hughes trying to suggest that Brody tap from that chokehold, but it's an illegal maneuver nonetheless that can't be tapped to. And Wicked getting involved to break up that pin. Again, Hughes in, one.
I assume the extra time that Brody had to breathe after Wicked stopped the first count was enough for him to kick out.
Absolutely.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
And a knee straight to the midsection from Hughes. Whipping Brody into the corner.
Big
splash.
Almost looked like he fell out of the ring with how big that splash was.
Off the ropes. And that flying forearm right to the side of the head of Brody and in for the cover. And another assist from A Wicked to break up that pin.
I almost see very similar times to the beginning of IWE's history. J.J. Hughes, Fast and Furious. A Wicked, the Wicked Bosses, tag team action. And then you see Braun and Brody really the top guys of this company.
Oh, Brody starting to fight back. Chops that just basically killed Hughes.
Knocked out every bit of oxygen from his body, and he cannot breathe for sure.
But yeah, to touch on your comment, this matchup right here is really a showcase of past and present IWE.
Double crossbody, taking out both men. And not just the past and present, really just IWE as a whole. This is the IWE showcase, really.
Hughes trying to inch his way to Braun.
Wicked tag.
Attack of Braun. And Wicked starting to clean house.
Looking like he's just crawling over these bodies just to take them out.
Oh, and a kitchen sink to A Wicked. And now a beatdown from Braun onto Wicked. You can just imagine the anger from Braun just on the tenacity of A Wicked thinking that he might be on the same level as Braun.
That's very true if you really think about it.
Braun believes he's so far such a high caliber talent above everyone else on the roster that no one even deserves to be in the same conversation.
He has told me before that 1% aren't actually the tag team champions. The 1%, the tag team champions are actually the two individuals that are attached to his abdomen.
Snapmare takedown by Braun. And a kick right to the back. And now Braun just pacing slowly as he makes the tag to Hughes.
And just stepping on top of the head of A Wicked. This match has been mostly Hughes and Braun, which is so weird because if neither one of us was thinking they're going to team up.
Oh! Leg lariat takedown in for the cover. And a kick out after two. The impact on that one alone was enough to stun the ref. And a forearm to Brody from Hughes.
A Wicked coming back. But Hughes cutting him off at the path. These two know each other so well. They've been battling each other for so long.
Oh my Lord! 1, 2, and a kick out after two. Somehow, someway, I don't even know exactly what that was, but A Wicked got dropped directly on his head. It was like a back body driver.
Absolutely, very similar to a certain Joe of the Samoan variety, a muscle buster. I'm surprised he's still alive in this match after that.
And Braun in control of Wicked, but the chants from the crowd almost deafening here in the Artesia Youth Center, suggesting Jacob sucks, but can't really agree to that, being that he is the IWE heavyweight champion. He is the man right now.
Well, these people disrespect people that hold belts so much. They did the same thing to Apocalypse. They did the same thing to Will Vendetta. They do not respect people that hold the gold.
They respected Jack Price, and they definitely respected the creature feature. 1, 2, and a kick out after two. They're just choosy and picky.
I would agree. They're very picky. They don't understand what true talent is.
Oh, what does Braun have in mind here?
Oh my goodness. It's the most gentrifying move in Imperial Wrestling Entertainment today.
Going for the dab over Wicked. Knowing the maneuvers to look for, kicked him right in the face. Oh, and a leaping knee from Braun. Stopped Wicked cold. 1, 2.
Little interesting note about that cover. You saw Braun was actually able to tie the legs up during it, cutting down the strength of the legs to try and kick out. But he was just too close to the ropes.
But now what does Braun have planned? He's bringing Wicked halfway out of the ring, onto the apron.
And there's the tag team champions, as Braun likes to call it.
Is he eating the Huss section signs?
He is. The Huss section is down a couple members. And just mocking Benjamin Brody while assaulting A Wicked at the same time. There's a clear reason why Braun is the top guy in this company.
Irish whip into the corner, followed up with the double knees.
But A Wicked still standing.
Oh, a super kick right to the jaw of Braun.
But look at Brody is so excited to get in this match, and JJ Hughes is the same way.
Brawn starting to stir a bit, trying to make his way to Hughes, as Wicked does the same for Brody. And a tag to Brody. Oh, Hughes just running in, right into a boot from Brody. Oh, and a double drop kick.
I think Wicked just tagged himself in again. I don't know if I actually counted. Now the referee was a little distracted with Brawn and Hughes.
Now Wicked taking on both members, Hughes and Brawn, as Brody collects himself in the corner. Oh!
Amazing teamwork out of Jacob Brawn and JJ Hughes.
It was like a mega cash dash.
Very similar of a couple of brothers from Dudleyville, my goodness.
And now an official tag to Hughes. Again, Wicked's not the... Wicked is legal?
I don't think the referee counted that tag as
so Brody's still the legal man.
Correct, sir. Here comes a Wicked.
Oh! Drop kick off the top rope from Wicked, sending both Brawn and Hughes to the mat.
I'm not even sure who the legal man is anymore. This match is so much chaos. The referee has lost complete control.
Maybe everybody's legal.
You know, at this point, I might just have to agree with you. Going for the cutter.
Oh, super kick from Wicked. Oh, in for the cover. Oh no, he's setting him up for Wicked to finish him off.
Senton.
Oh, and the running knee from Brawn. Knocks out Wicked.
Oh, that's a cover
1,
right there, though.
2, 3.
By way of pinfall, Benjamin Brody and Wicked.
As Brody was occupying Brawn in the corner, Brawn didn't realize that running knee strike actually had Wicked fall onto Hughes, and as both the legal competitors, that was an official pin.
I'm not even sure that it counts as a win. It does in the books, but it almost felt like a win by accident by...
Definitely, it was an accident nonetheless. Yes. Good luck and good favor to A Wicked and Benjamin Brody.
What an excellent main event for this edition of BattleZone TV, as A Wicked and Benjamin Brody stand tall over JJ Hughes and Jacob Braun.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure commentating for you this evening. As always, I am your host, Tommy Danger Z.
And I am the professional Sean Lathrop. Tommy, never leave me again.
I'll try not to, because we don't want Clinton back.
Imperial